Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? I got a herpy and it fucking sucks, man. You ever got a cold sore? No matter
Everyone
Yeah.
looks
what.
at you different, dude.
I
Everyone looks
know.
at you different.
Like, what were you doing last night there, bud?
It's like,
Dude.
everybody's had a cold sore too. When I see somebody with a cold sore, I'm like, fucking look at that guy. That's disgusting.
That's
But
the thing, dude. It's so discriminate. Like, you do it, but then when you have it, you're like, fuck, everyone's looking at me.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it fucking sucks. And
It's the same thing with dandruff to a different degree. Like, when I have dandruff, I'm always like, damn it, everyone can tell. But when I see someone else, I'm like, oh, nasty dandruff.
Right?
Yeah, so like Rachel this morning, because like if you don't mess with a cold sore, it actually is like a blister.
Yeah.
She's like the rule is you don't fuck with it, and I'm like, I ain't fucking with it. And then it fucking flares up and it's just like super bubbly. I'm like, there's no way I'm going out in public like that.
Are you just sitting there like, where's this pin? Should I
Yeah,
pop
no, I just barely touch it. It was like, and it's fucking sweet. But yeah, I'm over here having like a damn midlife crisis with a herpy on my lip. I'm supposed to. I gotta like go to the bank today.
Transmitted, man.
I haven't gone outside for the last 2 weeks. Now I gotta like go to the bank today. I gotta go run to Auburn. I gotta fucking do tons of shit and like meet with a guy. And I'm like, hey man, and like you can't just not like I'm the type of person. Oh, I had to go get like diapers from the store and the cold sore medicine. I'm like the person that's like I have to say something about it. I can't just act like it's not there, you know.
You just have to let them know that you know they're looking at it.
Yeah. And
Well, that's what you
hopefully
just did to
get a
start
good
the show.
reaction. She like at Walgreens, she like handed me the receipt like this. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Your eyebrows are fucked.
Anyways, let's make some money real quick. Today's show is sponsored by Stitch Fix. The reason I like this is that I hate going to malls. I despise malls. I avoid them at all costs, and I hate shopping for clothes there. So this is
But you live by the Mall of America, dude.
like 10 minutes away. Yeah, but that's a place I avoid even more than your typical mall. Anyway, Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. Just go to stitchfix.com/dudecomedy and tell them your size, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with your very own personal stylist who will handpick 5 items to send right to your door. Then you try them on, pay for only what you love, and return the rest. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. There is no subscription required. You can sign up and receive scheduled shipments or get your fix whenever you want. I forget that this is the ad that's really hard to say. Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix styling fee is only $20, which is applied toward anything you keep from your shipment. Get started now at stitchfix.com/dudecomedy and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all 5 items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/dudecomedy to get started today. Stitchfix.com/dudecomedy.
Now they possibly use poor
The link
wording.
should be somewhere here.
Yeah, there's a link down below or stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. It's actually down below me, Colby.
Well, I just pointed down somewhere. I
Jeez.
pointed to Burns.
You're pointing to Burns.
Get yourself looking good.
So it's kind of poor wording on that. They said pay for the stuff you love. What if there's something you like, you want to keep? And I could see somebody being like, hey, I don't love it. I like it. And you guys said only pay for what I love. Hey, but that's neither here
That's
nor
like
there.
Kirkland, or that's like Costco being like, we'll take back anything, anytime. And people are like, well, shit. All right.
Here,
my wife
take
actually took back avocados there one time. Because you know how avocados go from like can't eat, bad.
Yeah.
They just happened to go like literally we had a pack of 7 and then they all went like not bad but like rotten. So she was like, I'm gonna take these back, and they were just like, oh yeah, sorry, here you go, and they gave us
That's
a new
like
one.
one fruit it's a fruit, right? Is it considered?
I believe it's a fruit.
It's like the one fruit that goes bad like instantly, especially when you make guacamole with it.
But
You can,
is
like,
it actually bad though? Just because it's brown don't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Like-
but I think it's there's 2 different ways. So if you cut it open and it starts to like change colors, like what Burns is saying, you gotta put a little bit of lime juice on there and it won't change color.
Really?
Ooh.
But when you do so let's say you take it out and you seal it with like saran wrap, and you take it off and it still has a little bit, that's still fine. But it's when it's like that weird gray color, that's bad.
Yeah,
I
mean,
learned that the hard way. I'm
I've
like,
seen like you have guacamole and you have like guacamole at a party. You're like, oh, it's so delicious, so good. I'm gonna put it in the fridge and I'll have it tomorrow for lunch. And then you open the fridge and it's fucking brown.
Yeah.
you have to put some especially if there's like onions and stuff in there, or something that happens with like the onions and the tomatoes, whatever, it makes it like turn. It's just it's weird. Lemon juice or lime juice.
Interesting. That what would you guys do without the show without a fucking tip like that? Speaking of returning things at Costco, I remember we bought a couch from Costco, and we just heard so many people saying like the return policy at Costco is crazy. Like I returned something after 3 years. Well, we had a couch where every single seat basically like collapsed down, and most of them was just from sitting there, but one was. Actually, I have it on video where I jumped off. I was trying to do a fucking drop the beat video, and I jumped off, and it just, but so I call them, and I'm like, hey, I bought a couch, a couple of years ago. Can I return it? And they're like, like the lady was super doubtful, and she didn't say no.
Dude, we loaded that bitch up. It sucked.
Yeah, we fucking loaded the whole thing up. And
it was like a sectional burns with like a couple of those heavy pieces where even when Kyle and I both have it, you never have full control of it.
Yeah, so they had to like look at it first. So I take it all the way into Costco in a trailer, like ready to show them. I would assume somebody would just like come out in the parking lot and look at it. It's like going there to like returns, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to bring it in here for us just to investigate. And I'm like, there's like 6 pieces, right? It's like, yeah, we can't have somebody go out in the parking lot and look at it. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to take it to the dump. But usually it's like quality shit there, but that couch was a piece of shit.
I remember like Kobe talking about like how hard it was to like get it out of there. It's a sectional couch. I was helping my buddy move one time, and they had like one of those hide-a-beds, like pull-out couches.
Oh, the really light part.
It took us like literally 4 people to get that thing up the stairs and out, and it was still like a struggle.
Yeah.
His wife was like, "I really want that house. It's a great thing to have if you have guests over. We were definitely keeping it. We got that shit outside and left it on the curb."
My friend's mom, similar situation, did the same type of thing where it's like I swear on my life, we ended up just taking a saw to this thing and just cutting off one of the arms because it was like we're not getting it out. I have no idea how you got it in here. Maybe in the time it's been for 7 years, it like stretched or something. But there was literally, so we took the the handrail off the stairs because you're like, okay, that can get us up. Still nothing. We're just like playing Tetris with a piece that doesn't fit on the board.
That's just gonna be a no for that.
The same. Speaking of like getting rid of stuff like that, my buddy had the same buddy. He like moved to a city called Farmington, and they have a thing called like Farmington like neighborhood.
Farmington, Utah?
No, Minnesota.
That is.
They have like a community day where like it's kind of like not really a garage sale, but you can just put whatever you don't want. Like you're cleaning out all the shit you don't want in your house, and you just leave it on your end of your driveway.
Yeah. I've seen.
My buddy says every single year, everything that they get rid of is all gone. There's like just like this. It says like all like Mexican families who will bring their truck and they'll just take everything.
They did a smaller version of that here where they just let you like kind of put it out there. And we put out a cabinet and 2 things, and I threw out there like this old, just beat to shit Walmart. What are they called? No, a futon. It was gone, and by the time it was like the How I Met Your Mother, dude. I like put it out there, went inside like to get a water, and then I was like, I wonder, and it was like gone. No idea where the truck and someone got there. I swear one of my neighbors watched me like put it out there, and right as I dropped,
and he was like, I want it.
Yeah, go.
Dude, basically couches like we had some nasty ones in college like that just followed me around for like 4 years. It was so nice when we finally like had money to buy our own couch.
Dude, and think about how many people sat and farted and
spilled beer. Like
everything.
People had sex on. Like I remember my friend Cody had sex with this like super slutty girl on it, and I'm just like, God damn! Like it's kind of weird getting rid of it because you're like, well, there goes all those memories. Like every time you'd move it, like weird shit would fall out of like the undercarriage, and
someone's wallet would fall out.
Yeah, couches are
somehow that no one like came back to look for their set of keys,
and they're just always so inconvenient. Like the majority of people just hang on to it because they're so inconvenient to move. I remember when I was in community college, and I think I told this story where just out of nowhere I had an opportunity to basically a lady would stage high-end homes, and she needed 2 movers. Me and my buddy Gabe Colby.
Yeah, I know Gabe.
Yeah,
big flag football guy.
Yeah, so I was like, we'll do it. I mean, it was like $250 per person for like a couple hours. So I'm like, fuck, dude, I'll do it.
That's great money in college.
Yeah, so I was like, I mean, they had some couches and stuff, but they had these other like just armchairs, and I'm like, I can take this one up all by myself. So I just had it. I just put it on my head and was walking up the stairs, and like I took a couple steps up and it just goes boom in the corner of it in this $4 million house or like a condo, just fucking gouged the wall, and I'm like, oh no. And then that's the same. Remember the story I always tell Colby where I was in the moving truck, and so we were in Renton, and we were in this moving truck it was just a U-Haul, and it had a really funny horn, just like a super shitty horn. And I was driving and I honked, just messing around, and there's a motorcycle in front of us, and when I honked, they weren't super close to us or anything. I honked, and the lady on the back of it who was like holding on to the dude, like she looked back, and then I saw the dude, like I made eye contact with him in his mirror. And he didn't fucking see the traffic had stopped in front of him, and his like back tires smoked, and they wiped out in the middle of this intersection.
No.
They didn't. I don't know how, like, they weren't. It wasn't like a brutal accident, you know. They just wiped out, but like they were definitely like down and out for the count. So we like pulled up and we're like, holy. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, maybe if I just like falsely used my horn, but that's not supposed to cause accidents, you know. So they're just like down on the intersection. Everybody's like pulling over, like getting the cops, and we parked too. And then once we parked and called the cops, and once we saw the situation was under control, we're like, dude, we need to get out of here just in case they're like, hey, they're the ones that honked their horn. So I go to fucking start this U-Haul, and it's just and like won't start. We're just in the middle of this intersection. I'm like, dude, we're so fucked right now. Like, and they're like starting to like get up and stuff, and we're just sitting there like a fire truck is like honking at us to get out of the way, and I don't know how, but it finally just like turned over and started, and we're like, it was just such a classic story. I mean, it had to have been okay, but I mean, you can't blame a horn honk on you not paying attention to the road, you know. Right. But it was it was cool.
I got a good way. So I'll be the bookie here. This is Kyle versus Burns.
Okay.
We're gonna do this. This announced 4 minutes ago when we started the show. The NFL has announced so today, Gladys Knight will be singing the national anthem at Super Bowl 53. The betting odds went up shortly after, with the initial over and under time set at 1 minute and 50 seconds. So Kyle or Burns, you get a pick. 1 minute and 50 seconds. I think the average time is about 140
of the Super Bowl.
Of the Super Bowl, yeah. So Bet Online has those posted at 150.
Now, are you looking at this because you're about to actually bet on it?
I always bet it for fun, just with somebody at like a Super Bowl party. Mm-hmm. I'll find the odd, like I did with Bryant last year. Yeah. So I'll find the odds and then be like, all right, what's 145? You want the over or under? And I'll bet with like one guy. I don't bet it with like a bookie. Okay, so 145 is the usual time.
Who's singing it again?
Gladys Knight.
Who the fuck's that?
She's 74 years old.
Oh, it's gonna be slow as shit.
That's what people are saying. So people are saying, does she have the stamina though to hit the over mark? So this is like a real like thing that people are like discussing it in this.
I'm gonna go under.
All right, so Kyle, you're getting the over.
I'm gonna go over. If she has a heart attack mid-stroke, does that count towards the time, or is it over then?
Oh, it just goes. So there was a couple years ago.
She has to finish it out, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if she dies, it's unlimited. So that's
unlimited.
Okay.
It's way over. There was a couple years ago. I'm going to probably butcher who it was. I wanted to say Lady Gaga, but it doesn't sound right. But there was she had like a moment where the flyover was going, you know? And like as the flyover happened, she like just took a huge long like 5-second break. I remember sitting there with some people like, oh, it's gonna go over. But then she like sped up the second half of her verse of the national anthem. We're just like, fuck no, fuck.
See, I'll start doing that shit, and then it'll lead to just like way more aggressive betting just because, and then it leads me down a lifestyle I don't necessarily want to take. Remember when
you have the same personality as me? That's the problem. You'd sit there and be like, oh, I can bet the next play is gonna be a safety, but they're on the 10. But if it hits, it's plus 9,000. So I have to put $10 to win 90 grand. Like I'm gonna fucking do it.
But remember I think when was Fergie's super shitty national anthem? It was
That
sometime
was
last
the
year.
All-Star game.
And she still tried to defend that. That was God. That just makes me feel so like cringy for her. Like that was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. You know what we're talking about, Burns?
Yeah,
You haven't seen. Go look up Fergie's national anthem.
Type in Fergie All-Star anthem, and so what happened is, what's funny is I actually watched the fucking fly. I mean, I thought flies were dead right now. It must be warming up. We watched this show called The Four just randomly, and Fergie was the host on it. And there was a girl on there that sang like that, like her name was Zendaya or something like that, and she did like the like that kind of shit.
Cool.
And it was funny that Fergie tried to sing it.
No, it was fucking awful.
Well, Draymond, there's like a meme, Burns, like they pan over to Draymond Green, and she like tries to hit one of these notes, and he's just like,
They were all laughing. They were all laughing, and then her boyfriend,
Josh Duhamel.
yeah, the dude from Transformers, wanted all the players to apologize, but it was
So
the
what
most
they did is
fucking
they played
trash
it-
thing.
Their apology was they played it in the locker room after a win, like the next night, and they were like laughing at it again.
God,
Fucking
dude, you gotta
troll.
listen to it. It's the most pathetic thing. It's just like I don't even know. It's not even like art.
This fucking fly, dude.
Can we go into something a little more serious that Colby sent me a few days ago, and I finally just got around to building it on Dude Comedy?
Let's do it.
So
Whoa, what happened, Burns? Did you see
What?
that, Kyle?
what? No, I missed it.
Burns went through like a transformer thing, and his face got like I thought he might have twitched out.
I don't
on
know
me.
if it showed it on my end.
No.
But did you guys see the video of the fucking 51-year-old dude just haymakering this 12-year-old?
Show it
No, I
to
didn't
send to
see it.
Burn.
You saw it, right, Colby?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, so Burns, just go to dudecomedy.co and it's the top article and scroll down to the video. Actually, just dudecomedy.com.
I linked them both.
But it is fucking like
So
like,
he's getting it. Yeah, it's crazy.
He's in
We'll let
trouble.
Burns watch it first. Oh, for sure. I haven't seen an update, but I know that I'm pretty sure he got arrested.
Oh yeah, he got arrested immediately.
Yeah.
But the story behind it is pretty interesting. And it's also interesting to me the big play that, I mean, it's not surprising, but like mainstream type news outlets, it is literally nothing but white man punches black 12-year-old. It is
That's the title.
it is so
Burns just saw it.
fucking it is so fucking pathetic because the story behind they make it about race, but the story literally has nothing to do with race. Basically what happens is these girls, these like junior high girls,
Break it down for the audio listeners.
they're or who, me or Burns?
You.
So basically the video starts with this big old white man. We'll just take the major news outlets. This big old white man is basically in a circle of the majority of probably like 10 or 12 like younger, junior high age black girls.
They
And
look
it's-
about 14 to me.
It's just like you can tell there's a commotion, but what it looks like from the video, because it's hard to tell what's going on. What it looks like in the video is he is like separating, some girls from like aggressively coming after his family. The video's really loud. I mean, just tons of little girls yelling and all that stuff. But it looks, first thought for me is like, well, it looks like they're kind of like trying to like go after his daughter or something. But then later in the video, you see there's a couple of them like standing right next to his daughter and his wife. But what happened is a girl started being aggressive towards the guy. He would turn and there was a couple of girls that pushed him. And so he's kind of just like in the middle of this circle. Don't fucking restart right now. Remind me later. He's in the middle of this circle and he's getting pushed by these girls. Still no idea what's going on. And then a girl gets in his face and he just double hand pushes her out of his face. And so she instantly came back with her fists in the air and he just left-handed
It was a KO.
fucking annihilates her. Like there's like sometimes you see videos of like a girl getting hit and it's not so aggressive, but this motherfucker just punching bagged, haymaker, loaded up and just annihilated her. Like instantly knocked her out and just like you could fucking feel it from watching.
I was about to
it.
say that it's. I was gonna say you've seen a lot of knockout videos. This is up there with a top 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. He fucking drills her. And I'm gonna take the approach. Typically, I'm like, hey, she fucking pushed. She contacted you. You came at her with fists up, dude. He could have easily killed her. There's one thing to maybe a little jab, but Jesus Christ, he fucking laid her out.
He put his legs into that punch.
Yeah, and this is a 12-year-old. This is not like a 15, 16, 17-year-old high school kid. This is a fucking 12-year-old, and he could have easily killed her. Like, the weird part is they denied, like, the story says that they denied any type of, like, ambulance service or, like, you know, going to, like, the hospital or anything. I'm like, she's fucking dead. How are you gonna? How are you not gonna go to the hospital? So basically, the story is what happened is the dude was passing by, and it was a big group of girls, and there's two sides, and they were like about to fight. So he was breaking up the fight, and that's what kind of pisses me off with the whole white-black thing. Like, this literally was a good Samaritan looking to do something good until the crowd, you know, there's probably like 2 or 3 girls in there that kind of turn on the dude trying to break it up. And obviously, typically, I'm the one that says, like, fucking lay him out, you know, but this was, like, he could have easily killed this woman, so I'm not going to take that. I think he was cool with pushing her, like, get the fuck out of my face, but you cannot, dude, 1, you can't hit a 12-year-old, 2, you can't hit a 12-year-old girl, and obviously, with you being this massive white, like, he's a pretty big dude, this massive white man, it's gonna look bad, and the headlines are making it look like race literally had nothing to do with it, and that's why it pisses me off. Because he, for the most part, you know, have you seen the video of the older black guy that breaks up the fight with the 2 kids? In the hood.
Maybe
it was a really viral video like a year or 2 ago. He basically, these kids are about to fight, and he gets in between them and like knocks some sense into them, and he makes them basically like make up, you know. So the video it's actually in the fucking Gillette ad, so we can get into that too. It's in the Gillette. Have you seen the Gillette ad?
Yeah. Before we get to that, though, I want to ask you guys about this story. I want to switch the narrative for a second and say, what if the video we saw was him going up the same situation, and it was the same age-ish looking kids, same size, but it was dudes? Would you think it would still be, I'm not saying right or wrong, but do you think it would still be as big of a story if it was like a group of 2 different black dudes fighting and he stepped in there and knocked one of them out?
I think it would still be big, but not as big, obviously, because
that's crazy.
I don't think it would be.
I think he's still, if he hits even a 16-year-old dude with that punch, he's still, I think if he hits me with that punch, I get knocked out.
But the thing is, like, it's maybe, you know, maybe it wouldn't be the same if there's like 6 girls like trying to go at him. And I mean, honestly, if I was in that situation and they're, you know, the same exact situation, but there's like 6 girls that are like you know, like hitting me or pushing me at the same time, and my family and stuff is right there, I would probably be. I mean, it's hard to tell for that guy because you're in what makes it look really bad is he's a massive dude. You know, he's not just like, you know, somebody, you know 6-foot dude. He's like 6'5" and kind of like a bigger, older dude. So that just, you know, makes it look worse.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's like there's no way these girls could like take this guy, you know. But I mean, he's surrounded, and now the crowd is starting to turn on him. But at that point, you know, let them fight rather than you just fucking like going Mike Tyson on someone, you know?
Because he's gonna go to jail now.
He's
all right. You can loop it back to the Gillette. I was just more wondering, so when you were telling that story, in my head, I was thinking like, okay, how can you play there is no real good side, but
yeah,
if it was
the good side would have been him breaking it up, and that's what I'm saying. So the Gillette ad actually has this viral video, and there's just a small clip in it where a dude is older black guys in between 2 younger black guys, and they're like making up, you know. I don't even want to talk about the Gillette ad because it's pretty much everywhere. But like if he would have turned it into something like that, where like that would have been obviously people would have had race to do, but if this big ass white guy broke up this group of little black girls fighting, like he could have been a part of a viral video, you know, like for the good. But instead,
what's he being? Is he being charged with like assault? Then he got arrested.
he's being charged with like assault on a female under 12. So
that's a huge yikes right there.
Yeah, it's probably a felony, I would think. Some type of felony.
But he got himself a good lawyer.
Yeah, cause dude, he fucking wound up. I mean, he looked like the way he punched, like he had to have like gotten a fight before. It was pretty crazy.
I would imagine that like if he gets a decent lawyer, he's gonna have to have the lawyer like plea it down. He's gonna have to probably plead guilty to it, because if he wants to go to trial with that and they play that video in court, you know, no jury's gonna be like, we should side with this guy.
Yeah, but that's also what kind of pisses me off, is because like a lot of the news outlets, it wasn't like just the sound, like that just sounds terrible. Like 51-year-old white man knocks out 12-year-old black girl. Like that sounds fucking terrible. I'm gonna say the video's not as bad as that sounds. I mean, it's terrible that he just drilled her, but they laid hands on him first. A whole group of people are surrounding him, but you don't do that. You don't fucking load up. I was cool with the push, like get the fuck out of my face. But
we almost can. Go ahead.
I'm saying, when you fucking Superman punch a 12-year-old.
That wouldn't even cross my mind, really. Like, if someone came at you like that, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm going to wind up and knock this person out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was just instinct. I don't know what his past is, but, I mean, she came towards him with fists up, but still, she probably
It's like a fight or flight. It's like a flight or fight response, you know, if you feel threatened.
Yeah, she probably weighed, like 60 pounds, and he just, broke her back with how fucking hard he smashed her.
It's crazy how it just seems like times doesn't change, where we can link this back to the Kareem Hunt story almost, where it's like that situation when you put it on film, even though what he did is way, way less. I mean, I hate ranking these things, but it's a way less, like his push and kick, whatever, you know, that he missed on.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy because, like, all of these things that could have been avoided, that like we sit here and talk about how like we wouldn't think we'd ever even, you know, do that, but it's just, there's got to be something that ticks in these people at the heat of the moment where they just go black and they're like, fuck it, I'm doing it. Like,
all right.
I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and be like, oh man, I wouldn't do that, but maybe there is something that's in everybody when you're in a situation where family, like Kyle said, like family's involved or this or that, and maybe there's something in all of us that you just go black and fucking do it.
Well, I don't think like out of the blue this dude, you know, went from like the super sweet, loving, awesome dad to just annihilating somebody's face. Like, I don't think, you know, he's probably got anger issues. You know?
That's what they say with Ray Rice, and that's what they say with Kareem Hunt and Greg Hardy. Now look at Greg Hardy is in the UFC fighting this Saturday on the ESPN's first card they're ever doing. They're literally promoting a guy who got kicked out of the NFL for beating the fuck out of his girlfriend and like throwing her on guns. But it's like people forget about certain things when it can make them money and push like a different narrative.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
ESPN literally ripped this guy for a year. They would put stories on there about how he's a dirtbag and a scumbag, and NFL should never let him back in there. Now they're literally promoting their first UFC fight because they need money so bad, with him as the headline, one of the three headliners.
Yeah, and they're like the biggest headhunter when it comes to that stuff. But okay, let's think about like Greg Hardy, for instance. Like, let's just say, you know, there was no video for his situation. For this guy, if you heard this headline and heard the story, you'd be like, oh, fuck, like that's pretty damn bad. Just like when you hear the Greg Hardy stuff and you hear it, you're like, oh, that's pretty damn bad. But for some people, you see the video and it swings it one way. You're like, fuck, that's even worse than I thought. Like, such as like Ray Rice or Kareem Hunt. But to me, when I see that, if I see that headline, I'm like, God damn it. You know, but part of me is like, holy shit, he did hit her hard. But the other part of me is like, well, like, these people that have it coming aren't exactly as innocent, you know? Do you think that he just, you know, decided one day he's gonna punch his girl in
Yeah, I
the
don't think
face and
there's,
throw
like-
her on guns.
I
Like,
don't think he woke up that morning and was like, I want to knock some little child out today.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I
he
agree,
was
I agree.
definitely antagonized to that point. But there's some people that take the situation, way too far. For me, Kareem Hunt didn't take it too far. He caused a scene, and it's just it just irritates me when like Kareem Hunt, to me, it's like that is not like career ending. Like what he did, a couple pushes, and he fucking love tapped her with his like. To me, he held himself back just for that, like that very reason. Like, hey, I'm not gonna kick this girl in the face right now, But it's just interesting. If the Hardy dude, if there's video of that, he probably would not be fighting.
No, and that's the thing. It's like it sucks, and we got to definitely lay it out there that we're not saying it's good at any time, but when you get caught on video, it's we can all agree it's way worse. There's just no getting back from that.
Well, just
How
like
about go ahead, Kyle.
oh, sorry, no, you can. I was just gonna say, like, even for me, I'm not like an angry person or whatever, but when you have a kid, you got 3 hours of sleep, and your other two kids are doing some shit they shouldn't be, like sometimes I even catch myself like, oh man, like I need to chill. I'm not like fucking beating them or something, but like sometimes I have like a shorter fuse to be like, fuck it, I'm whooping your ass right now, like a spanking or like something along those lines. So I mean, everybody has their own like triggers, like when you get 3 hours of sleep, you're way more irritable if you got 8 hours. I mean, it's just being able to like control that,
Yeah. So anyways, let's I don't know how much time we have left for Kyle, but let's finish it up on a lighter note. And this is my favorite thing in the past week, and I'm like looking at like people's reaction. I'm looking at like people's reactions on Twitter, and it's mostly like Trump's fans who are like, why are they so mad about this? And I was gonna say I'm not mad about it. I just think it's the most hilarious thing I have ever seen, and that is Donald Trump serving fast food to the Clemson football team.
Dude,
Greatest thing ever.
I got
Absolutely fucking hilarious.
What is he going for?
So here's the thing. Here I'm gonna let go exactly where Burns is. I think it's hilarious, and I also see no problem with it when you look at it from the stance of, hey, I'm not paying the White House cooks and staff right now. It's a shutdown, so I'm not gonna have them make a bunch of food for them. But then you take the other side where he has to say, I paid for this myself. Like, this is on me.
Well, he could have like got like a chef, like a real chef to like cater the meal. Like, imagine that, and that food's not gonna be fresh. McDonald's is only good when it's like right out of the fryer, right off the grill, right? Those burgers have probably been sitting there for over 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's like pizza. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just don't get the play. I really don't get it.
I think he's just kind of like projecting what he likes to eat onto other people, because he was like, these football players, I just imagine this is their favorite food. What?
Imagine if you've been eating. Oh, sorry, Colby. Go. I keep interrupting you. I'm a dick.
No. I was just gonna say I see the argument side just because you have to argue with him, and people just can't have him like doing it. But the funny thing is when Clemson players were like, "Well, I love Big Macs." Like their best player was like, "That was great because that's my favorite food. Like that's all I eat." It's like, so then you get the situation where it's like, well, fuck, how can I sit here and be like, oh, I bet you it fucking sucked, when the guys that were there were like, yeah, whatever. It's cool.
I don't think it's like, it's such a minor thing that someone can be upset that happened. I just think it's funny. To me, it's
I'm with you.
To me, it's just funny.
It's
like, but if I was someone who was like, I'm going to go, like if you were on a sports team and you're going to visit the White House,
and the president,
and they say they're gonna feed you, I'd be like, I'm gonna get a sweet meal. And then all of a sudden there was just McDonald's there. I'd be like, that's a little offensive. But
I get that part.
Well, just imagine how many times you ate McDonald's in college.
Right?
Like I would fucking eat it twice a day because I had like all these free cards, and then you show up. And I bet you the team dinners are way better than
right.
For sure, dude. Clemson's the what they ate before the national championship, like they're
like even if you're going to see Trump and you don't like Trump, it's a cool thing to get to go to the White House, right?
Yeah.
And for them to serve that, it's just I would be like, well, that's kind of dumb, but
well, it's like, but why do you go McDonald's? Because like Like most people think like the
That's what you
bottom of
like.
the food chain is like McDonald's, even though I like McDonald's. But like, why didn't he go like Chick-fil-A or like something
Because
a little?
he's like projecting what he likes onto them. He likes to eat.
Well, he
McDonald's.
had Burger King and Wendy's there
Yeah.
too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he had all of them. He had Wendy's burgers,
But it's just
McDonald's fries.
the funniest thing ever to me is seeing all the sauce packets on like the silver platter, like pure silver, like dishware that they have at the White House. Like this is just so funny.
Mike had a good shot at Ken when it was all going down. He was like, "Look at these candles, best candles out there. Real good steel, real tall, real nice candles." He goes, "Look at these plates, great plates, greatest plates out there, greatest thing for sauce." And I was like, Dave, he probably said all of that, and then sure enough, it was like, "Bot Burgers, Mile High, best burgers in America." I was like, "Fucking hey, Mike, you really did got that right on."
We need to have those two on just to go at it, dude. I would just sit back and have a beer and listen to it.
Dude, I woke up to like 400 messages of them.
I'm so glad I'm not in a group chat with them.
Let me go to the top here. All these top ones were mostly just Ken and Mike getting mad at each other. But like everyone just knows the first 2 hours every day. Oh, here it is, dude. This is Mike posted a CNN article, and then Ken wrote it. "Yeah, nice, you libtard. I don't believe CNN ever." And then they just go. He goes, "I thought you were a fact guy." And he goes, "How about you do a Google search, Mike?" And then he said, "And they literally are just battling here. Like this is not fake news. They literally fight the whole morning. Then they're friends by the end of the day. And we get Fortnite wins."
Why do people fight over that stuff? Like if Burns,
it gets people's adrenaline going.
yeah, see, that's what I don't ever understand about politics. Like I can never like someone enough to like ride or die for them. Like regardless of whether I really like them. Like I can't ride or die for fucking who's the Hardy dude? What am I trying to think of? The actor guy?
Which one?
The guy from Venom. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh,
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Like I love him, but I ain't ride or dying with him for shit.
Well, you could say that with like fandoms that have really helped blow and keep like superstars of the music world. You could be like Justin Bieber's fans or Chris Brown's fans who like even after he beats up a chick are like, "I don't fucking care. It's still Chris Brown. He makes good music." You know what I mean? Like these people are just diehard for something. Like Burns said, that's like what they wake up and breathe.
Yeah. Speaking of Chris Brown, have you guys watched the R. Kelly documentary?
I've finished 2 episodes so far.
Yeah, I just kind of got through like the background one on like how he rose to fame.
So you're getting the next one's really, really good. It starts getting like really creepy. The thing that's weird about the R. Kelly one, this is not like a spoiler or anything because it's been known for a while. I've even got to the part where he like bangs and pisses on the underage chick, and I'm already like my mind's already made up that he's just a dirtbag. But I knew even from Chappelle's show, like I knew that he pissed on a girl.
Yeah.
But what's so weird to me is for 10 years after that, I'm still just like, I never thought about it again. Like, oh, he was a creep.
Yeah.
I just played Ignition Remix all the fucking time.
Yeah, with since the documentary came out, there was I saw this video of him in like fucking Indonesia or something, and he's like singing one of his songs, but he replaces lyrics with like "go get your passport, get checked," and like trying to convince the crowd to like, or like the girls in the crowd to like come over to America or something. So it's fucking weird. Like it's super creepy because he just like replaces his own lyrics, like trying to get the crowd to, they're like girls in the crowd to like go to America. It's fucking weird.
So Aaliyah was 14 when they started like her CD and like hooking up and everything. And her first solo song that he produced, and I never knew this at the time. I know the song, but I didn't realize he produced it and stuff, was literally called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Like he literally made a song and like co-wrote it with a girl underage about how, and then her first song is how like the guy shouldn't be scared about hooking up with her even though she's young. It's like he's been telling people from day one that he's a fucking creep. I'm surprised like I said, I knew he pissed on somebody. And for years was still just like, fuck, Ignition Remix is so good. Like I love this song.
I wonder
I'd
if it's,
karaoke it.
I mean, I feel like it's gonna like, because I didn't really realize like he did like the Believe I Could Fly and like a bunch of other like popular ones that I never really thought about, you know, when they were popular back and then, like who sang them. And then like it was in the documentary. I'm like, fuck, like that makes that song just weird now.
Dude, BET, I want to say, did like 40-minute R. Kelly, like you're the best in the world. Like he got to sing all of his songs, and they like promoted it for like a month. But BET now are like coming out being like, oh, R. Kelly's so bad. Oh, I got to click this and be like, R. Kelly's a dirtbag. But it's like these guys gave him the biggest platform he's had at his comeback. Fucking weird, dude.
Oh,
haters wanna hate.
All right, well, let's shut the show down. Dang, we went 40 minutes deep. We just controlling 3 kids, and I gave these guys the opportunity to keep it going, but they're like, fuck that. Remember, stitchfix.com/dudecomedy. Link down below. stitchfix.com/dudecomedy.
Get yourself some nice clothes. Stop looking like a scrub.
Piss on you. Piss on you.
Bye.
Piss on you.
That's like one of the best parody songs of all time.
I just watched it right before the show.
Drip, drip, drip.
I still remember all those words. Yeah.
Bye.
I want to